Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Pacers versus Pelicans NBA matchup on Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pick Dawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use that discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have products meant for people who make big bets, who have big bankrolls, looking for that one-on-one style service. We have those products. They're just not available on our website. You have to text the number you see on the screen. So if you make big bets, go ahead and text that number. But let's get to this one. We've got the Pacers taking on the Pelicans on the back-to-back. The Pacers coming off of a tough loss, about a day off in between, against the Toronto Raptors. They kind of got beaten up, and the Pacers kind of came out of the break, the All-Star break, pretty good, and then all of a sudden, boy, they ran into the Raptors, who were just playing some motivated basketball. It was one of those games that if you saw my video, I was kind of like back and forth on the fence on it. It really wasn't a great card that night, and I actually didn't have any NBA premium picks. But man, the Raptors really took care of business, and the Pacers, I still think bright days ahead. But if you're going to go to that next level, games against teams like the Raptors at home have to be pretty much automatic. The Pacers are 33-27 coming in. They are 19-12 at home, 31-25-3. So it's not all doom and gloom. I just think it's a little bit of doom, a little bit of gloom coming in off of that type of effort. When we look at these two teams, they haven't really played at all this season. In fact, they didn't play in the latter part of last season either. So it's been, basically a year and a half since these teams have seen each other out on the court. The Pelicans, had not come out of the break strong at all. They had that win against Houston and then the loss against Miami and the one against the Chicago Bulls, which I think was a much worse loss than the one against the Heat, where I think people just have the Heat wrong at this point because we've seen so many different lineups come in and out for that team that no one's really sure exactly what's going on with them. So you kind of lose sight of how good that team really is. The Pacers, like I said, came out of the break really, really hot. They beat up on the Pistons, then they beat up on the Mavericks, but it was a back-to-back that got the best of them really in that game against Toronto, because when you run the court the way the Pacers do, and you certainly play this high-power, revved-up offense, man, how much do you have in the tank? And against the Raptors, they didn't look to have anything left in the tank in that game. We look at the tail of the tape here. The Pelicans offense has been pretty efficient. It's been a different Pelicans team than we've seen in recent years because Zion's been healthy, for the better part of the season. I mean, most of the time we're wondering if Zion's even going to play at all. And this year, well, to see him play, a lot more often is definitely, you kind of understand the whole thing and the whole, infatuation with him. But it's weird because he hasn't really gotten like that to that superstar level of some of the other players out there of his generation. When we look at the Pacers, their defense is sorry. I mean, they stink. They're dead last in shooting percentage against. That is just the nature of the beast here. And they're rebounding on the defensive side. Nothing special either. But, of course, the offense, best in the NBA. When you look at, some of the other things, once again, the offensive board's not going to get it done there. They do have a solid assist-to-turnover ratio, the best in the NBA when it comes to that sort of thing. And, they're pretty decent at gathering steals as well. I think that this game is probably going to be fairly competitive, but with it being the Pelicans on the second end of the back-to-back, I think they're going to have trouble keeping up in this one. I'm going to take the Pacers, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.